Hello, my loves. This is Heidi Hancock with your weekly Oracle reading for August 3 through 9. Wow, it's a lot. So last week and in the August soul message, I talked about the fact that we're in this kind of soup and we're cooking. And there is us, who we are truly supposed to be, who we're meant to be, who we are authentically, and that's the bone. We're making bone broth. And the marrow that's inside the bone is all the programming. It's all the shoulds, the shouldn'ts, the hows, the limitations of what you were allowed to be. And that is cooking away right now. So we're in the heat, we're in the kitchen. It's really uncomfortable. The bone marrow is starting to melt. And so we've got this mix of, we can see our authentic selves. We're starting to see glimmers of it. We know where we're going, but there's the murkiness and the mud of the bone broth, all of the marrow that we're steeping in. What's happening now for this week, the energy that's starting to come in is the temperature is rising. And it's like our soup is coming to a boil. And there's this energy of pinging around the pot. It's like we're in a pinball machine and, the liquid is like almost starting to turn to a gas. There's the pinging along the sides of the bowl. And the pinging comes in the forms of, oh my God, I'm so excited. I know where I'm going. I can see my future. I can see my next steps. Oh my God, but here's this old crap that's still here. What do I do about that? Oh my God, but I'm excited again. Oh my God, so it's like this back and forth, simultaneous clarity and confusion. So with the added that, I have been talking for 3 years about the feminine rising, right? And coming up, and there's been all this focus on the feminine. And we just finished a Venus retrograde. So there was a lot of that feminine energy that started to anchor in. Now that Venus has come out of retrograde, Mars is getting ready to go into retrograde for the rest of the year. And so I find it interesting. I'm not an astrologer, but I follow astrology because I like to see how it complements or explains the energy that I'm already feeling. And so I thought it was so interesting to look at that with the Mars, because what I'm seeing is the feminine is rising. We're starting to gain that strength, that confidence, that clarity, that wisdom, and re-anchor that and reorient that into our bodies. And then we're realizing as we're doing that, oh wow, the masculine has to come along with it, because we have to pair it. There has to be a union. There has to be a relationship in order to do that. When you look at the yin yang, I've talked about this before, the feminine, and then you have the masculine dot, the masculine, and you have the feminine dot. And those dots are the driving forces of the larger energy to get it to move forward, right? And so we can't be whole, complete, and balanced if we are not in possession of both of those energies working simultaneously and in union. In our feminine energy, if we do not have the stake in the ground of the masculine, the guiding force, we are just jello or water on a table with no container, right? And with the masculine, without that guided sense of divine feminine and the wisdom of the feminine, we don't know where we're going, right? So we're reassessing all of that still. What's happening with this rise of the masculine and the awareness of the fact that we have to bring the masculine online with us is there is a lot of shame around masculine energy, because there has been a massive misuse of masculine energy and masculine power. So we have to contend with that while we go to reach to claim it again. It's like there's this beautiful jewel that we need to claim that's wrapped in all of this darkness, in all of this muck, and we have to clear that away. We have to contend with all of that. So what does that mean? It means a complete reorientation inside of ourselves around the masculine energy that we have shamed and pushed down, that we have not wanted to claim because we were afraid of it. If for thousands of years masculine energy has been allowed to run amok and we have been victims of it, we are going to have trauma in our bodies around using and holding that energy. And so there's going to be a fear of like, I don't want to claim that. I don't want to align with that energy because I know how it has been misused and I don't want to do that. And so we have to start peeling those things apart. Yes, that has happened, and it does not mean that the masculine is bad, right? The masculine has also gotten a bad rap and been shamed because of all this misuse, but it doesn't mean that inherently it's bad. So we have to step in, wash all of that old trauma away within us and outside in the world, as we can see is happening, and reclaim the jewel of that masculine so that we can claim it again. So it's a lot. Let's see what the cards have to say. But this masculine piece it's a challenging piece when we have not wanted to be in alignment with that energy. But we have to in order to claim. Well, this one wants to just fly right out, so we're just going to go with it. The Destroyer. I mean, you can't make this shit up, okay? Yes, because the Destroyer, how beautiful. Because the ideas, the thoughts, the images of the masculine has to be destroyed so that we can reclaim the power, the divine masculine. The structures that were created by the misuse of masculine power have to be dismantled. And as we can see that happening rapidly in the collective. Okay, once again, this is from Kim Cran's Wild Unknown Archetype deck. The Destroyer, the savage, the unexpected, the rejected. The Destroyer, the final of the three archetypes in the trio of existence, has necessary yet painful work to do in the world. Culturally, we have an aversion to endings, and we hang on to the permanence as a signifier of success. Yet the Destroyer pulls the rug out from underneath relationships, jobs, homes, and all forms of security. It's the part of us that wants things to end. Its painful orientation is to uncover our true purpose. The Destroyer does not let us linger long in comforts, as it knows not much happens in that realm. With its piercing eyes, it seeks out stagnancy from a distance, and the rest becomes history. In the old myths, this is the moment when heads begin to roll, the ground opens, and castles crumble. Hold on for the ride. The Destroyer has arrived. When light, swift, and precise blows that redirect our life, when dark, self-destruction, negativity, unwillingness to rebuild. Consider Picasso's statement, every act of creation is first of all an act of destruction. In old tales, the Destroyer sometimes appears as a black dog. Other times it takes the form of gods and goddesses, such as Shiva, Kali, and Aphrodite. I don't know that one. Yeah, here it is, right? So destruction has to come in. The destruction of our thoughts, of our ideas, of our attachment to, I don't want to claim the masculine. What I'm seeing for women, and of course, on the gender continuum, it's wherever you fit in that, right? It doesn't matter your gender. Women have suppressed this sense of masculine because of this trauma. And there's a way that the darkness that's held within it is our power. If we can fight our way through it, and I don't mean externally fighting and being angry, I mean, if we can move through the discomfort in our own bodies to reclaim that part of us, we can do magical things when we can reclaim that fire. And when we fear it, we lose our power. We hunker down. We stay small. We're afraid to claim and take up space. So that's it for today, for this week. Good luck with this energy. And pay attention to where that destroyer energy wants to come up. So for August, I created a guided meditation called the 5 Bodies. It's moving through the 5 bodies, spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, heart. And bear with me as I move through trying to figure out how to create a store on my website and how to sell guided meditations. I might end up broadcasting them live instead of pre-recording them, so that we can do this kind of an update with a live guided meditation as a way of creating community. So I'm working through all of that, so bear with me as I do that. For now, the link to download the guided meditation is on my website, devilmagenta.com. Go to Soul Messages, go to the August Soul Message. There's a video there, the blog underneath. At the bottom of that is a link to the Square checkout, and it's just $5, and you're going to download that, or you're gonna pay for that, and then I will have to manually at this point send you a Dropbox link for the guided meditation, and then you can download it and save it and use it over and over. So we'll see how that goes over time, and I'll be offering more of those things, but that will help you anchor in, tune into your inner awareness, begin reorienting inward so that you can start having this relationship with yourself inside, checking in. How am I doing? How are all of my bodies doing? They all have different gas tank levels. They all have different needs, and they all need to be attended. Just the way we brush our teeth, but we also shower, we also wash our hair, all of those things, right? So I wish you well for this week. Take care of yourselves. It's not easy territory, and we're doing a really good job in very difficult circumstances. All right, namaste.